Hey, I'm going to be rolling out 60 different strategies from 60 different YouTube channels in 60 days. Today is strategy number 12. We're going to have 36 full press craps field ladder with the blender. Hey, my name is Joe and this is my Craftsmaster journey. Let's make it yours too. Like I said, this is strategy number 12. It comes from 36 full press craps. It's called the field ladder with the blender. He presented this strategy back in October of 2019. It has over 3,800 views. If you look at my strategy list, I also have just this regular blender strategy as one of the crap strategies. So make sure that you check it out. You can also check it out. I'll put a link or a card in the top side of my video right up where it says field ladder with the blender. What he does on here is he plays with a $10 table, and he starts off with a $10 don't pass bet. And he says in the video that if his don't pass gets hit once, he won't put it back up again for that same shooter. So he only puts up there one time. So he starts off with a don't pass bet of $10 and a field bet of $10. The don't pass obviously wins on a 2 or a 3 during the come out, and it'll lose on the 7 or 11 on a come out, and it'll be a bar or a push or a tie on that 12. So they call it bar 12. This field here will win double on the 2 or a 12, but it'll win single on the 3, 4, 9, 10, or 11. So basically, if it lands on a 5, 6, 8, or big red, you'll lose that field bet. So let's come out, let's look for a point. And we have a 6, 3, 9. So that is going to be our point. What he does now is he will start putting don't come bets out. He'll put $10 at a time. And what he's going to do is he's going to try to get that to travel to one of the point numbers up here. Again, that don't come has the same rules is what the don't pass is. So it wins on a 2 or 3, it loses on a 7 or 11, and a 12 is a push. By the way, since our point was 9, we got paid out $10 on that field bet. So that's something we're just going to put right into our rack. So let's roll this out, and then I'll explain more about the strategy as it goes. 3, 2, 5. So what happens is that don't come bet will travel to the 5. And what he does now is, if it lands in the 5, 6, or 8, he will actually make a place bet for $10. So that's if it lands in the 5, 6, or 8. If it lands in the 4, 9, or 10, he will not put a place bet because he considers that field bet as the blender portion, or the opposite portion of the bet. Again, he'll go back up with another $10 don't come bet, and he just keeps on cycling don't comes through. And what he'll do is he'll put $10 3 different times on the don't come bet. If the roll goes longer, he'll put $15 on you for 4 additional times. And if he keeps on going, he'll put $20 for 5 additional times. And after those 5 extra rolls, he'll stick with a $25 come bet. His field bet, if it wins, ladders it down. If it loses, it ladders up. So that 5 right here, he lost that field bet. So what he would do then is he would take the $10 that he originally had up there, plus he would go up another $10, hoping that he would hit it on the next roll. So that's where the field ladder comes in. So dice out, and we have a 3, 3, 6. So what happens is our DC travels to the 6. Again, that's on the 5, 6, or 8, so we would place it for $10. That field bet, which he has $20 out there, loses, so he would go up another unit. He'd put $30 out there, 10, 20, and 30, hoping that the next one would hit. Again, he would go with another $10 DC, and this is his third DC, so this is the last time at $10 for it. And we have a 5, 5, 10. That did roll. That was a 5. So what would happen is our DC would travel to the 5. We would get paid out $30 on that field because that finally won. And what he would do on that field then is he would take off $10 and he would go to $20 on that. So he would start laddering it down. And what we would do is we would put this into our rack then. Again, since the number was not a 5, 6, or 8, it was on the 10. He's going to use that field bet to be the blender portion of it. Okay, so he has 3 different DCs out here. Now he goes up to $15 on the DC. So that's 3 units over there. And dice out. And we have a 6, 2, 8. Okay, so our DC is going to travel to the 8. Again, it's on the 5, 6, or 8, so we're going to put $15 up there this time. And we would lose that field. So we have $20 up there. That would come off, and he would go back up with $30 on that field because that's 1 ladder rung up. Again, if you win, you would go down. If you win, you would go, yes, if you would win, you would go down. If you lose, you go up. Okay, and we'll go $10 more on that. $15 on that DC, because that would be shooter number. I'm going to mark these here to help keep it a little bit easier. So we did 3 at $10, and we have 1. This is our second one at the $15 level. Okay, and we got dice out, and we have a 6, 2, 8. So what's going to happen again is our 8 is going to travel over. It's going to knock this one off. But we would get paid out $21 for that 8. Okay. So what we'll do is we would just rack that, and we'll leave it up. Our DC, our field bet loses. That's 10, 20, 30. So he would go to $40 on that field. And again, we would go with another DC bet of $15. Okay, dice out. And we have a 4, 3, 7. Okay, so what happens with this is we lose that field. We lose all these place bets. Okay, but we get paid out $10 on the 5. Get paid out $10 on the 6. $15 on the 8. $10 on there. We lose this DC. But we get paid out $10 on there. So that's where the blender comes in, because what we're doing is we're putting that place money up to help cover it. But when it loses in that 7 rolls, we get paid out on all those DC bets, which is really nice. So let's do this one. So let's roll it out. Let's start with a $300 bankroll. 2, 3, 4, 5. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll put in $100 here in greens. So we have a $300 bankroll. Let's go through 2 different shooters. Okay, our puck is off. And we'll start off with $10 on that don't pass line. And we'll start off with $10 on the field. Okay, dice out looking for a point. And we have a 5, 1, 6. So our point will be 6. Okay, what happens here is we lose in that field, so that comes off. We're going to go up to $20 on the field. So we're going to be laddering up. And we're going to go with a $10 don't come or DC bet. And I'm just going to put one out here so we know that's our first DC bet. And we have a 2, 2, 4. It's a perfect number for the DC. So what happens there, our come bet travels to the 4. We're going to go back up again with another $10 for our DC. And we get paid out $20 in the field for the 4. So what happens is we're going to take this and we're going to take off $10. So we're going to ladder back down since that was a win. And everything should be all set up. This will be our second DC, so we'll put a chip out there to designate the second one. And obviously on the real table, you would not do that, guys. But I'm doing that right now, so that way I can keep track of where we're at. Okay, 2 on 3. We get paid out in the field, so we get paid out $10 there. But we lose that DC because actually we get paid on the DC as well. That's awesome. So we get a double payout on that one. Okay, I'm going to keep that at 2 right now and dice out. And we have a 6, 3, 9. So what's going to happen is our DC is going to travel over to the 9. Our field bet will cover that, so we don't have to place that number. We get paid out $10 on the field, so that's going to stay at $10. We're just going to rack it up. Actually, we're going to take the $10. We're going to put that out in the DC. This is going to be our third time coming on DC. So this will be the last time at $10. We have a 3, 3, 6. So that is our point. So what's going to happen is the puck will come off. We're going to lose that don't pass. And we're also going to lose that field. Again, like I said, he will not go back up on that don't pass after he loses it on one shooter. But we had $10 on that field, and we lost it. So we actually have to go up one more unit. So we're going to $20 on that field now. We're looking for a point, so we don't have a pass or don't pass right now. Just going to roll it. We have a 5, 3, 8, so our new point will be 8. And keep in mind that these DC bets are working when it rolls out. Okay, so we lost this $20 here, so that's going to come off. We're going to have to ladder back up, so we'll go to $30 out in the field. And we're going to go with, this is our fourth DC, so we're going to go with $15 on the DC now. So we'll put this on the $15 level. Okay, dice out. And we have a 5, 4, 9. We're going to lose this DC. The other one moves in. And we're going to get paid out $30 on that field. So that's going to allow us to drop down to $20 out there. So we drop 10 and we'll collect that 50. And we're going to go with another DC bet. So $15 up there. I'm just going to put this to designate the next DC bet. And we got dice out. We have a 2 on 3. Okay, that's perfect because that pays out $15 up there on a DC. And it also pays out $20 on that field. So that's going to allow us to come back down one more ladder level. So we only have $10 left out on that DC now. Okay, we're going to keep the $15 up here. That'll all remain the same and dice out. We have a 3, 1, 4. Perfect. So that's going to travel over to the 4. We're going to lose that other 4, but we get paid out $10 out there. So this is going to stay the same since we won on that. And we don't need to place this one because that will cover the 4. We're supposed to have a place out here, so that's my fault. So we're going to place that for $12, and we pick up some pennies. Okay, and we'll go dice out. And we have a 6, 4, 10. Okay, we were supposed to have a DC up here. So that was DC number 3. So it's $15. So what happens is this one goes to the 10. This place number doesn't have to be done because this is covered out here. We get paid out $10 in that field for the 10 roll. And we will just continue on from there. So this will be DC number 4. And this is the last one that we have at the $15 level. Okay, and we get dice out. And we have a 5, 4, 9. Okay, we're going to lose this 9. This will travel over, but we get paid out $10 on that field. And we're just going to rack that up. And now we're going to go to the $20 level on that DC. Okay, and at the $20 level, we can roll this out 5 times. And then after that, everything's at the $25 level. And dice out. We have a 1-1-2, which is perfect because we get paid out double in the field. That's $20. And we also get paid out $20 on that DC. Okay, so we're just going to rack this up. And dice out. And we have a 5-1-6. So what's going to happen is we're going to lose this DC here. We're going to get paid out $14 for that. Let's go like this. Okay, our DC is going to travel over. Now we got 4 units on there, so we're going to have to go up to 4 units on our place bet. So basically, all said, we're racking $2 from that roll. Okay, we're going to go back up again with $20 in our DC. And we lost that field also, so we're going to have to go up to $20 on that field. Okay, dice out. And we have a 5-2-7. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to lose the place here. We're going to lose that field. We're going to lose the DC. But we're going to get paid out $15 here. We're going to get paid out $20 here. We're going to get paid out $15 here. And $15 there. Okay, so let's see where we ended up. That was basically off of one shooter. That was actually a pretty good roll. I don't know if those results are typical, but hey, let's see where we're at after one shooter. Again, remember we started off with $300 in our bankroll. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4. That's 200, 50, 75, 300. So that is our starting bankroll right here. So everything else is profit. So 75, 85, 90, 2, 4, 5. So we made $100 off of that one shooter using the field ladder with the blender. Make sure you check out 36 Full Press Craps site. Our channel. I'm going to leave the link in our description to this video. Also, if you like these strategy videos, give me that thumbs up and make sure you share it. Also, click on that link on that side there, and that'll show you all the rest of my strategy videos. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master Journey.